Hey guys, so it's been a minute since I did a video. I'm back out here on the farm, and today I think I want to talk about setbacks and things coming up. If anyone ever tells you that homesteading is easy, they're lying. It's a lot of work. And even though we're on this farm out here, we've cut out our own little acreage to do our homestead. We had to clear all the trees, and we got to run the water and that sort of stuff. And it seems like there's always setbacks. There's always things that come up. We finally had the electric company come out here, and they told us there was a bunch of trees that needed to be moved. So I come down this weekend and cut up a bunch of trees, and it was 101 degrees in the shade. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. Miss M's awesome. I mean, she jumps in and she grabs the logs as I cut, and she moves, and we have the tractor, but it's a lot of work, a lot going on. So we had to cut some trees to give the electric company the right of way, some access to, so we have electric out here. And there's just always stuff coming up. We still have to run all our water. We got to dig a hole for our septic, and it's hot out here. There's no two ways around it. Between the heat and the bugs and just the elements in general, it can get brutal out here. And it's nonstop. I haven't even moved in yet, and whenever I come down, it's nonstop. Em lives here full-time already, and they've got the cattle and the goats and the couple of sheep and the chickens and the garden. God, their gardens twice the size of my property back home. And they sell it at market, and there's always something coming up. It's can get intense, it's a great life. I mean, I love it coming out here. It's just fantastic. I feel so much calmer, so much more at peace. And in the middle of everything, it may not look it, I get a little bunged up, and we gotta get done, we gotta go, and then the heat hits, and it just drags me down, just like everybody else. It's just one of those things. But I do enjoy it out here, and I can't wait to get moved out here. I had originally planned to be out here probably 2 years ago now, but there's always setbacks. There's always something that comes up. We had to clear the land, we had to level the land, we had to level a pad to move the house in. We had a shed built out here. The house is kind of small. It's under 1,000 square feet, and that's fine for me and Em, but we needed a little extra storage. So rather than wasting time and building a shed ourselves, we contracted a guy, and he was supposed to come out here 6-7 weeks ago and build it, and we had a couple weeks of rain. He couldn't come out and build it in the rain, and then there was just setback after setback. He had excuses. Oh, I can't make it this week. He finally came out and got it done. It's a nice shed, and it'll give us the storage we need for all our junk. we like to say we're minimalist, but after looking at all the stuff that we cart around with us, we're not minimalist. We're somewhere in between. You know, I used to think that a minimalist life was the way to go, but I don't know if I agree with that anymore. I certainly don't need a giant McMansion to be happy, but you know, all the things we do have are things that we appreciate and the things that we enjoy and things we work for, you know, to have quality of life. And so we're not minimalist by any means, but we finally got the shed done, and we were going to work on running some water this weekend. We got a well on the property here that we're going to tie into and run the water down to the house. That got put off because we had to cut some trees, and we got them done, and I got a nice path for them to come through with their electric lines and things like that, so they can get their trucks in and get the pole up, and hopefully we'll have the electric turned on in the next 2 to 3 weeks with any luck. But I still got to get back out here maybe in a couple weeks, maybe in a month, and we'll run that water and hook up the water, and then we'll be pretty good to go. If we get electric, we get water. Still got to do the septic. If anyone's done septic before, I was hoping to get this ground dug when it was still reasonably soft, but it's not happening. So we got to drop some septic in once everything else is hooked up. Moving along. Gonna go on camera and state for the record, I'm hoping to be out here by October, 1st of November, the latest. Now, I did plan on being out here 2 years ago. Didn't quite work out, but I'm hoping for November. Em and I want to start our lives together. You know, we got a pretty solid relationship, but it's distant for sure. We only get to see each other. Either she comes up and visits me, which is hard for her with running the farm, and I come down to visit her, and you know, I'm still working full time trying to save up money and look forward to our lives together. And as I've said in previous videos, we're paying cash for everything. We don't want to take out a loan. We don't want debt. I think debt in these days is a killer. And Miss M is great with money, and she actually agrees that debt is not the way to go. So we make a little and we save a little and we do a little bit of work, and we don't carry debt. And so it's slow going, you know. And like I said, the whole purpose of this video is it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hands-on. It's a lot of, you know, over the winter, it gets kind of cool down here in the winter. I mean, I am down in Texas where it's not as brutal as, say, you know, the Northeast or something like that, but it still gets cold. Still have some days where it's about freezing and windy and dark, and then the summers out here are just brutal, you know, weeks and weeks and weeks of no rain and 100-degree temperatures. And so I come out once a month if I can and do a little bit and wear my old butt out, and then I go back and work, save. It's just labor intensive, you know. Tell me what you guys think. You know, do you plan on doing a homestead for yourselves? Do you have a homestead already? How do you feel about it? Is it a lot of work for you? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. It's my first homestead. It's I'm from New Jersey. I'm from the Jersey Shore originally, so I don't know anything about homesteads. Just what I've read and researched and kind of done little bits at a time. Miss M's from Pennsylvania. She never did a homestead before. She's working out here on this farm for 5 years now, but it's all new to us. So you tell me, is it easier? Does it get easier as we go along? You tell me. How do you do it? What do you do? You know, like I said, if anyone says, "Oh, it's easy," they're lying. It's not easy. It's always work. I don't know if you can hear the roosters crowing already. They're nonstop out here. These roosters. Everything's nonstop out here. The sheep are blanting off in the. Oh, there's the dogs, and you can see some sheep in the back there, and it's just nonstop. Go, go, go. Trying to pack up and get ready to go. I gotta get home and get some laundry done and meal prep for the week for my work week. 5.5 hour drive to get home. So we just went down to check on the cattle and make sure everything's okay. She's already fed and watered the chickens and had all sorts of stuff going on, and it's all part of it. So let me know what you think. You want a homestead? You want to have this type of life? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I think it's rewarding. It's always cool when we get our own eggs and we fry them up and have a nice breakfast. We slaughter our own chickens and have a nice chicken dinner. All kinds of vegetables out in the garden. We make our own tomato sauce and can and pickle, and there's definitely a sense of satisfaction that goes along with growing your own and doing your own. It's very rewarding. But God, it's work. It's work. Just nonstop. All right, I gotta pack up and get out of here. I gotta get home, start my work week. So, I always say I'm gonna try and do one video a month, and then I get caught up with doing stuff out here and just never have time. But maybe I'll get another one done in about a month. Maybe we'll have some more progress. Maybe we'll be moving stuff into the house by then. That would be pretty awesome. All right, let me know what you think. Do you homestead? How do you feel? I know it's worth it, but is it a lot of work, or do you think it's easy? Do you get into a routine and a pattern and it just becomes easier, or is it always nonstop? Huh? Tell me what you think. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, get packed up, and get going home. So until next time, you guys, be safe, have fun, stay free. That's what it's about. All right, guys. Love you all. Thanks for watching. All right. Out.